Hello, hello, Divine One. Welcome back as we continue our conversation on the focus of letting go of limiting zones. And the zone that we are going to focus on now is letting go of the belief that you are not enough. Yeah, not true, false, bad belief. You may have the feeling that you are not enough. And I want you to know that that feeling is a pervasive and deeply rooted psychological issue that affects many people. This sense of inadequacy often stems from a combination of internal and external factors. Now, it's important that you are honest with yourself as it relates to this topic, because as I introduce the subject, you may have said, "Oh, I don't have that issue." And I want you to know that we all at some point do have the issue of questioning and validating our worth. Why? Because in today's world, we are bombarded with images and stories of people who seem to have it all together. There is constant exposure to these curated and idolized versions of others' lives that can lead us to do some unhealthy comparisons and make us feel like we fall short. We all have them or have thought that at some point prior to doing the work, because from a young age, we are often conditioned by societal norms and expectations. We may have been taught to conform to certain standards of beauty, success, behavior, which can lead to a constant sense of not measuring up. And even our past experiences around rejection, criticism, or trauma can significantly impact our self-esteem as well. I know that when I questioned my worth, it was directly related to the issue of rejection. Rejection from my father, rejection from romantic partners, or even rejection from a former supervisor. All of that gets into our psyche and can play a part until we do the work. You see, these negative experiences can create self-doubt and a fear of not being accepted or loved for who we are. The pursuit of perfection can be a double-edged sword as well as it relates to this enough conversation. While it can drive us to achieve excellence, perfection can also create a never-ending cycle of self-criticism and a belief that nothing you do is ever good enough. And so what do? We compare ourselves not only to others, but also to our own unrealistic standards and expectations. We set impossibly high goals and then berate ourselves if we fall short, reinforcing the belief that we are not enough. Can anyone relate? Is this connecting to you in your life or a certain area in your life? I'm asking you this question because I'm gently and lovingly pushing you to get out of denial as it relates to this conversation if you are in it. So all of this pushes us to a place where we may lack self-acceptance. Many of us struggle to fully accept ourselves, flaws and all. We may focus on our perceived shortcomings rather than acknowledging how much of the bomb we actually are, how amazing our strengths and unique qualities are. This leads us to rely on the constant need to be approved by others. And when we don't receive this validation, it reinforces the belief that we are not enough. Ugh, I can't help but to think about attachment issues in this area. For me personally, I struggled with attachment issues and I suffered from anxiety if someone didn't respond to me the way I had hoped they would respond, especially in a romantic relationship. I'm able to talk about that today and share this with you so naturally because I've done a lot of work on it. I studied it to understand, why am I anxiety provoked if someone doesn't respond to me a certain way? I connected that and realized it was directly related to how I saw myself and validated my worth. And what I had to do is change the negative self-talk, Because when we begin to think or believe that we are not worthy, what happens is negative self-talk ensues, and an inner critic that constantly undermines our self-esteem contributes to that belief that we are not enough. So with all these experiences holding true for many of us, it's important to recognize that the belief of not being enough is unfounded and not a true reflection of our worth. It is a learned perception that can be unlearned and transformed. I'm going to say this again. Any self-limiting beliefs that you have, any self-limiting zones you are in, can be unlearned and transformed. But you must be willing to do the work the way you are so wonderfully doing right now, through self-awareness, self-compassion, and a positive self-affirmation. You can begin to change this belief to realize your worth and self-sufficiency. So what I'd like to do is offer you some strategies. And one strategy begins with you shifting your mindset and self-perception of yourself. It's a journey towards recognizing and appreciating your true, divine, wonderful essence. And it all starts with you making a decision. You have to decide that you are already enough just as you are. And all your thoughts, your attitude, your actions, your language, your behavior must align with this newfound truth and decision that you are enough. Let go of self-doubt, self-criticism, and the need for this external validation. Instead, hell, just focus on being authentic and true to yourself. Do you. And you do you by embracing your divinity, your divine self. We have been taught that we are a work in progress waiting to be completed. And that's not true. We are already divine beings. Inside you, there is abundance, talent, potential, and gifts that are just uniquely yours. Girl, I can't be you and you can't be me. But what I can do is be me, and what you can do is be you. You already possess everything you need to be everything you desire. It's a matter of acknowledging and nurturing these innate qualities. So again, this involves self-reflection, self-acceptance, and most importantly, self-love. When you look within and recognize your value, you radiate that value outward to the world, affecting not only your perception of self, but also how others perceive and treat you. When you line up with this, the universe will respond. When you firmly believe that you are enough, the universe really does give you what you want in alignment to you being worthy and knowing you are enough. The universe will provide you with insights, opportunities, and a clear path to manifest your desires. Your newfound self-worth attracts positive energy, and it aligns you with the right people, circumstances, divine timing, and order to support you on your journey. So here's what I want you to do. Every day, all day, or when required, repeat this simple affirmation: I am enough, as a powerful practice to retrain your mind and shed any limited beliefs you have about yourself. Ladies, I went through a season of repeating this affirmation to myself over and over and over again. When I opened my eyes and may have been consumed with negative thoughts or worry, fear, doubt, I would repeat, I am enough, I am enough, I am enough, I am enough. Whenever I felt that I was being rejected, I would say, I am enough. I did this work for almost a year straight, to the point where I really know and believe, God damn it, I am enough. And I don't have to prove my worth to anyone. And whenever there is a slight doubt of it, I repeat it again. I am enough. But what I realize is that I don't have to say it 2 and 3 times and over and over again, because I have lined up to it as truth. But even when we line up with something as truth, It doesn't mean that the lower self won't try to creep in and confuse us and get us off track. And so when it does, just notice it and get back on track, claim worth over your life, and do you. So say it not just 3 times, but again, as often as needed to reinforce this truth in your consciousness. The more you affirm your worthiness, the more it becomes an integral part of your self-perception. So in conclusion, I want you to be a star. Let's look at our acronym as our guiding light. Remember, the S is for surrender to the possibility of letting go of this belief and freeing yourself from its constraints. The T is for trust. Trust that you can transform this belief and replace it with a belief in your divine and sufficient self. The A is for accept. Accept that the belief is not being enough is just a construct. It was made up. It's not real. And it was influenced by the external factors of this world and past experiences and the societal pressures. It's not a reflection of your genuine worth. The R is for relax and create a serene mental space where you can let go of self-doubt and negativity, replacing them with self-compassion, self-assurance, and again, self-love. Use relaxation techniques such as prayer, meditation, or deep breathing to get you in the space, the sacred, divine space for you to see who you truly are. Divine One, when you wholeheartedly believe that you are enough, you open the door to a world of possibilities and fulfillment. You are enough, and it's time to step into that greatness. Now say it with me 3 times. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Ooh, that feels so damn good. All right, Divine Ones, I'll see you in the next lesson. And again, you are enough.